Now, on Good Morning Northwest, the feds file a new indictment against former President Donald Trump. We break down the special counsel's revised charges.
Cooler than average temperatures continue with a cold start to our day. I'll let you know when things will heat up in your First Alert forecast.
A Spokane County commissioner under fire. Who's behind the recall campaign against Al French and why it claims he failed to protect his constituents. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Wednesday, August 28th, first day of school for more of you. Let's check in with Allison Martinez with what you need to know in your First Alert forecast as you get back on the bus and stuff.
Yes, it's going to be a chilly morning on the bus, maybe a little bit harder to get out of bed this morning. We have a cold start to our day. We're seeing some lingering precipitation over in the Idaho Panhandle. This is for Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint, a little bit into Coeur d'Alene and Kellogg also. But we will shape up to have a mostly dry day today. 4 things to know about your weather as we start off this Wednesday. We have a chilly morning in store, but then we're going to have a breezy afternoon. You will see some sunshine, thankfully. We have a warming trend that starts tomorrow and leads us to temperatures in the 90s for a very hot Labor Day weekend. We've been tracking our air quality. Yesterday, we had some new fires popped up that led us to unhealthy air quality, but I'm happy to report that at this point in the morning, we are back in the good range in Spokane. For your Wednesday, here's a look at the conditions you can expect. We have mostly sunny skies, breezy conditions. However, we have a cold start to our morning. We won't really be in the 50s until about 9 a.m. Then we'll be at 58 by 10 and warm up to 75 by 4 p.m.
Allison, thanks. This morning, former President Donald Trump indicted again.
Yeah, the special counsel Jack Smith filed a superseding indictment against Trump for his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Hannah Joy is at the Breaking Now desk. Hannah, help us understand these new charges against Trump.
The new charges against former President Donald Trump are the same 4 crimes as the previous indictment. They include conspiracy to defraud the United States, to obstruct the certification of the electoral votes on January 6th, and conspiracy against the right to vote and to have one's vote counted. What's different is the charges are only for what he did as a candidate for office, not as president. Special counsel Jack Smith is overseeing the case. The charges are in response to the Supreme Court's decision on presidential immunity. In July, the Supreme Court found presidents are immune from criminal prosecution for official acts while in office. The special counsel's office says the new indictment reflects the government's efforts to respect and implement the Supreme Court's holdings. Trump's running mate, Senator J.D. Vance, says the lawsuit is absurd.
Yeah, I haven't read the whole thing, but it looks like Jack Smith doing more of what he does, which is filing these absurd lawsuits in an effort to influence the election. I think it's clearly an effort to try to do more election interference from Jack Smith. He should be ashamed of himself, and it's one of the reasons why we have to win, because he should not be anywhere near power.
On social media, Trump calls the new indictment a direct assault on democracy. The new charges were filed 70 days before the election. Justice Department policy encourages prosecutors from filing federal charges against candidates within 60 days of an election. Trump argues the 60-day window should include early voting, which starts next month in some places. Trump pleaded not guilty to the charges in the original indictment on presidential immunity, but he will have to enter a new plea for the revised indictment. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. A local coalition filed a recall campaign against Spokane County Commissioner Al French.
It claims he violated his oath as county commissioner to protect his constituents due to his role in the West Plains PFAS contamination. The newly formed Clean Water Accountability Coalition has taken legal action seeking to remove Commissioner French from his position. The group alleges he deliberately withheld funding to address water contamination and actively worked to cover it up. The coalition's also connected to a Washington progressive organization that endorses Molly Marshall, French's opponent in the November election. Mary Benham, whose water is impacted by PFAS, delivered the recall charges.
I'm grateful to the system that we have in this country, sincerely, that an individual can be heard and that we can form a coalition and make our voices heard. Very grateful for that.
We reached out to Commissioner French for a comment, but have not received one yet. The last successful recall petition was in 2005 when Spokane voters recalled Mayor Jim West.
A brush fire burning west of Ritzville impacted traffic on I-90 for hours yesterday. By the evening, all lanes of I-90 were back open. Now, we received this video from a viewer stuck in traffic yesterday. According to the Adams County Sheriff's Office, this fire is called the Bower Coulee Fire. It's now contained, and crews are still on scene watching for any flare-ups this morning. The Sheriff's Office estimates the fire is about 1,500 acres and believes a farmer mowing on protected lands sparked it. But that has not yet been confirmed. This fire was burning around 9 miles north of Lind at the I-90 interchange. It shut down State Route 21 yesterday around noon and reopened at around 3 o'clock.
The candidates running for Washington State Governor are using TV airwaves and social media to compete for your vote.
Bob Ferguson let a sex offender free who went on to commit a violent act at knife point against a 74-year-old woman in her own home.
That is an ad from former Congressman Dave Reichert. But are these claims true? The sex offender the ad referred to is Paul Harrell. Harrell's a convicted rapist, classified by the state as a sexually violent predator. He was previously sent to the Special Commitment Center on McNeil Island, 16 miles south of Tacoma. The center provides a mental health treatment for violent sex offenders who are recently released from prison and determined to have a high likelihood of reoffending. In May of 2019, court documents reveal Attorney General Bob Ferguson informed the court that Harrell no longer met the criteria of a sexually violent predator, and therefore they could no longer legally hold him on the island. 2 years later, he attacked a woman in Maryland. While Harrell was let go, Ferguson says Reichert's ad is misleading.
We don't release anybody, just to be clear. That's up to a judge. We don't approve it.
Now, Ferguson did not let Harrell go. He says he simply informed the judge that 2 doctors who evaluated Harrell said he no longer fit the criteria of a sexually violent predator. DSHS doesn't track how many inmates reoffend. Some of them have. It is that lack of oversight with which Reichert takes issue. He told 4 News Now that it is inexcusable. If there was oversight and accountability, the Attorney General's office and the DSHS would have seen that their criteria to release people is flawed and needed reform, which would have led to less victims. As governor, he says, I will work to ensure we have systems in place that will protect our communities. You can see the full version of Marissa Rios' story, as well as where we found all the information we cited. That's on KXLY.com.
And the November general election, of course, is quickly approaching, but there are some important dates that you'll want to keep in mind before then. For people here in Spokane County, you can update your information or register to vote online by mail until October 28th. You can do the same in person up to and even on election night. Meanwhile, in Kootenai County, you can register online through October 11th or in person when you go to vote. You have until October 25th to request an absentee ballot. For all the questions about this election, you can head on over to KXLY.com/forthepeople. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now, 6:08.
It is midweek, so what are we going to do? We're going to look to the weekend. It's a look ahead.
We're extra looking forward to it, not only because it's a 3-day weekend, but also because it's really going to feel like summer. We have temperatures in the 90s. We'll let you know what else you can look forward to coming up in your First Alert forecast.
A new initiative at Spokane Public Schools is hoping to get students more engaged inside of the classroom by getting them involved with activities outside of the classroom. More on what you can expect from this coming up.
And is it happening or not? The latest on the presidential debate saga with less than 2 weeks to go before the first scheduled televised debate. And there's some news. We'll tell you. It's next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Police Activities League provides a safe, fun environment for kids to build trusting relationships with police officers.
There you go, good catch, good catch. Over the summer break, we set up 3 times a week in the city of Spokane across different parks. PAL connects our police officers with youth in our community through games, lunch, and mentorship.
Numerica has volunteered with PAL for the last 4 years. We're proud to donate $1,000 to Spokane Police Foundation. This is how Numerica cares for kids.
At Findlay, downtown Toyota, we have some of the best inventory we've had in years. Our lots are packed full of every make and model. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with a 1-year, 15,000-mile maintenance plan, making it a great time to visit Findlay.
The sleep savings are on now, this week at Walker's Furniture. Save like never before with discounts on all your favorite brands like Purple, Serta Eye Comfort, and Beauty Rest mattress sets.
Or enjoy 0% interest for 5 years and pay over time, as well as free delivery with select purchases, making it the perfect time to upgrade your sleep.
And celebrate Labor Day in comfort and savings this week at Walker's.
The right window shade can do more than just cover a window. Imagine shades that light up to illuminate dark spaces. Shades that adjust automatically for the best lighting or privacy. Shades that improve energy efficiency for lower utility bills. All with legendary Hunter Douglas quality for style that lasts. Hunter Douglas. Shades like no other.
What makes Hospice of Spokane unique is their level of dedication to the patient.
That's our goal, is patients and their families and their needs.
Your team feels like our team. That's how much we know you care about making sure patients and families get what they need.
We go, I feel like, above and beyond for the hospice patients to make that last journey of life comfortable.
A secretive church, hundreds of its leaders accused, victims frightened into silence. 2 former members say the cover-up continues while predators have almost unlimited access to victims. How is that possible? Watch my investigation tonight, only on 4 News Now.
4 News Now is brought to you by Pig Out in the Park.
Good morning. It is now 6:11. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Former President Donald Trump says he has agreed again to a debate with Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris in 2 weeks.
Trump posted his announcement on social media yesterday and saying that the rules will be mirroring the last debate with Joe Biden that took place on CNN. The 2 campaigns had reached a stalemate in debate negotiations, particularly regarding the muting of microphones when candidates are not speaking. The Harris campaign and Trump himself have requested the mics stay on at all times, but Trump's staff had requested for the mics to be muted when the other candidate is speaking. The debate is scheduled to take place on September 10th. You can watch it right here on ABC.
At least 9 Palestinians have been killed in the West Bank in Israeli military raids and airstrikes launched overnight. That's according to the Palestinian Health Ministry. The Israeli military confirmed it launched a large counter-terror operation overnight in 2 refugee camps. Officials say Israeli forces targeted Islamic Iranian terrorist infrastructure.
Here is your 10-second takeaway. Today we have a cool start to the day, and then we'll have sunny skies. You'll want a light layer, and we have a high of 76 degrees.
Well, more than $500,000 is coming to 3 child care centers here in Spokane County. The Washington Department of Commerce awarded this money to St. Anne's Children and Family Center, Sun City Child Development Center, and The Nest. It's part of a grant program to help providers make renovations that will upgrade their quality of care. More than $7 million has been awarded across the state so far. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:13.
Were you lucky enough to see the show last night in the sky? We will share some incredible pictures of the Northern Lights just ahead.
And the new school year brings some new challenges for Spokane Public Schools. Right after this break, we are live this morning talking about how the district plans to get students to engage. That's next.
You could be driving a 2024 Chevy Colorado valued over $44,000. Winning is as easy as playing your favorite games at Missisquoi Casino Hotel to earn entries. Learn more at Missisquoi.com.
This summer, don't sweat it. Bill's Heating and AC has you covered with the best prices on air conditioners and heat pumps. Guaranteed. With over 3,000 5-star reviews, we're the locally owned company you can trust. Our expert technicians provide fast, reliable service to ensure your home stays comfortable all season long. And should you ever have an issue, we're open 7 days a week to provide immediate help. So what are you waiting for? Call Bill's Heating and AC for your free quote today.
Elevate your summer with cashback checking and savings accounts from Canopy Credit Union with an incredible 6.17 annual percentage yield on your first $25,000 in your checking account and a generous 4.07 annual percentage yield on your first $50,000 in your savings. You can potentially earn over $3,500 a year. Level up your finances this summer. Canopy Credit Union. Here, you grow. Limits and conditions apply.
We are the Whitakers.
And today is Wishing Star Wednesday.
Jordan is 17 years old. She has a genetic condition called SMC1A.
Macy has something called DeGeorge syndrome. We had actually planned a trip to Disney prior to COVID and had to cancel it. And next thing you know, we were nominated for a wish through Wishing Star, and we were able to go.
Because she loves Disney so much, and because we just love going on vacation as a family, we decided we'd love to go to Disney World.
While we were actually on our way down to Florida, Avery told us that another family from Spokane was going to be there at the same time. So it was fun because Tiffany and I started messaging back and forth and sharing tips and tricks, ideas while we were there. And we were actually able to meet up and get our girls together at the carousel one day at the Village.
We've been very lucky to be able to be part of this community, be a part of Wishing Star.
Let's come together to make our community a better place.
From the Whitaker family to yours, we are proud to be supporting the Wishing Star Foundation.
Introducing Ned's Plaque Psoriasis. He thinks his flaky red patches are all people see.
Otezla is the #1 prescribed pill to treat plaque psoriasis. Otezla can help you get clearer skin. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can happen. Otezla may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Some people taking Otezla had depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur.
Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla.
You could be driving a 2024 Chevy Colorado, valued over $44,000. Winning is as easy as playing your favorite games at Missisquoi Casino Hotel to earn entries. Learn more at Missisquoi.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Consign Furniture.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. 6:16 is the time. Screens continue to impact our kids' learning. Educators in Spokane say it's become clear that classroom engagement has decreased.
And the school board has now approved a new cell phone policy for the new school year this summer, and it's now launching a new initiative to try to increase student engagement. And our Alexander Konyarts is live outside of Yasuhara Middle School with one of the lead organizers of this initiative. So, Alexander, what exactly is this program all about? What's it hoping to accomplish?
Yeah, so this new program, it's called Engage in Real Life. And later this morning, there's going to be a kickoff event here at Yasuhara Middle School giving many more details on it. But in the meantime, I'm joined here by Dr. Adam Swinyard, Superintendent for Spokane Public Schools. And you've been working all summer on this. So tell us a little bit more on what is it exactly that parents, students here in Spokane can expect from this new initiative.
Yeah, well, coming out of the pandemic, something that's been very much on our mind is engagement with kids and making sure that they're off their personal devices, off those screens, out of their homes, together in real life. And a really important part of that is after school. And this initiative is about every kid, every day, being active outside of school. The research is really clear. Physical, social, academic, when kids are engaged outside the school day with each other, whether that's a club, performing arts, an athletic team, those are so good for kids. And so this initiative is really about how do we encourage that, how do we elevate that conversation in our community, and then make sure that we have the partnerships to provide all the different programmings that kids might be interested in.
Right, and to go right off of that, kids be interested. It sounds like you're going to be having quite a wide array of different options for people to get involved in. What are some things that people can expect from that?
Yeah, well, our community is really fortunate. Our school district has historically offered a range of experiences. We have amazing partners like Spokane Parks and Rec, and then we're looking to add programming as well. And we've spent over the last year and a half asking kids, what are the things that you're interested in? You know, something that's come back, for example, is board games. We have board game clubs in our school, which is really exciting and just demonstrates just the need and just that human desire to be in relationship and be in community and to be with each other in real life. Such an important alternative to isolating at home on a screen. And kids are spending an excessive amount of time on those devices, not just 1 or 2 hours a day. Research is showing us 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day. Just the sleep deprivation alone, not alone what they're actually ingesting on social media. This is so important for us as a community to say, we're not going to take your phones, that's not realistic, but let's provide some practical alternatives for kids to say maybe 1 or 2 hours on your phone, and let's make sure that every kid every day is doing something after school and an activity.
Well, it's very exciting. I look forward to seeing how our community takes advantage of these great opportunities that you're promoting. And I will be at that event happening later this morning, and I'll have all the latest details on it on KXLY.com for you, sending it back to you at the desk for now, and more details to come on this exciting new initiative.
All right, Alexandra, thanks so much for those details. Well, hey, check out these images of the Northern Lights. Did you see them last night? These pictures were sent to us by a viewer, Chris, that he says they were taken up last night by Medellin Falls, and he got quite a show. It looks like some gorgeous colors came through.
Yeah, those purples in there with the green, absolutely gorgeous. I wish I would have seen it.
I know.
did not.
Little FOMO.
Yeah, totally. As we look up to the skies, it's pretty cloudy.
Yeah, pretty cloudy here. Not as great chances as I'm sure Chris had last night. It seems like it was a clear night to get those beautiful images there. But right now we're seeing lots of clouds. We have a cooler start to our morning in Spokane. Currently 50 degrees, and we're going to hang out in the 50s for quite a little bit here. For our region, we're mostly dry at this point in the morning, with the exception of North Idaho. We have some areas near Sandpoint into the Coeur d'Alene areas that are seeing some light sprinkles this morning, but then we'll dry out for a mostly dry day. For our current winds, we're at 14 miles per hour in Spokane, much calmer in Spokane Valley, 10 miles per hour in Coeur d'Alene, and 5 in Moses Lake. It's going to be a breezy day, but we won't see winds that are quite as extreme as what we saw yesterday. For our high today, we have a high of 76 degrees. It's going to be mostly sunny. We'll have winds at 6 to 10 miles per hour with gusts up to 20, cooling down to 45 degrees tonight for a mostly clear night, and then we'll have calm winds during the overnight hours. For our current temperatures, we are much cooler. As we said, we're at 42 in Deer Park, 43 over in Cheney, 44 in Spangle, and 50 degrees up in Liberty Lake. Now, here's a look at our planning forecast. All of the temperatures you can expect for the next couple of days. We're a little bit here and there and everywhere. We're starting off cooler in the 70s, breezy conditions. Tomorrow is the beginning of our warming trend, which will lead us to temperatures in the 90s for Labor Day weekend. I'd say that's some really great timing there. Great time to get out on the water and enjoy a last little taste of summer.
Yeah, I'd say 90s.
Wow.
90s.
All right. It is now 6:22.
Gonzaga Bulldogs guard Steele Venters has suffered another season-ending Achilles injury.
Yeah, he will miss a second consecutive season for the Zags. After the break, what Coach Mark Few has to say about the former Eastern Washington Eagle. Next in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Today through this Monday, save thousands of dollars on the best selection of trucks and SUVs. Plus, delay all payments until November 1st and get top dollar for all trade-ins during the Big Deal event at both Cal locations.
You're busy, so at Car Wash Plaza, we're open 24/7 to match your schedule. Plus, we have safety surveillance lights and security cameras throughout the facility. It's easy with multiple payment options, cash, debit, or credit. There's even more reasons to visit our Car Wash Plaza. Our discount cars ensure major savings, and they're good at all our locations.
Car Wash Plaza, it's the best in the Northwest.
Goddesses, I bring the vitality of sun. And I, the sea. I took the kids swimming, hit up the farmer's market, and crushed my sales call. Typical Tuesday.
Awaken your inner goddess with Vitafusion's delicious and nutritious gummies. Unwrap new Vitafusion soft chews, available now.
Okay, Limu, you said it. Then as I spike it, I'll tell them how Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so they only pay for what they need. Got it? Did you get that? Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hard water damage makes it hard to keep your home looking picture perfect. Culligan softeners reduce buildup and cleaning time, transforming your water into the fine art of a long-lasting clean. Culligan, water you love.
Mainstream has proudly served Greater Spokane and Northern Idaho for over 20 years, offering reliable and high-quality home services. Our exceptional team is committed to delivering trusted plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical solutions that ensure the comfort and safety of your home. Our goal is to provide the best experience possible when it comes to repairing, maintaining, or installing systems that make your home a more comfortable place to live. Because we are home services, we are Mainstream.
Oh, man.
Don't worry. I can take real good care of you. See? All taken care of. Works perfectly for you, right?
It's important that you are taken care of properly. At Craig Swap & Associates, we don't get paid until you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Well, devastating news coming from Gonzaga basketball as the team announced yesterday afternoon that guard Steele Venters is out for the season with an Achilles injury. Of course, having any guy out with a long-term injury like this is going to be tough, but for Venters, this couldn't have come at a worse time. Despite transferring from Eastern Washington 2 seasons ago, Venters hasn't actually played in a regular season game for the Bulldogs. He sat out for the entirety of last year with an ACL injury and is now benched for the 2nd consecutive season, now with this left Achilles injury. Head coach Mark Few says the team is devastated and are supporting Venters in any way they can. Few said, quote, "We're heartbroken for Steele. He was working so hard to come back from his knee injury. We will continue to support Steele through his healing process and know he will come back better and stronger." Well, it's crunch time for Major League Baseball, and for the Seattle Mariners, every game counts. They've got 29 more chances to solidify a spot in the playoffs, and only 3 games behind first place in their division. The task sounds easier than they're making it look. After almost 6 scoreless innings, Victor Robles gets the first run after a stolen third base and a huge error from Tampa Bay's catcher sends the ball flying towards left field, and Robles is just able to jog it home. And that 1-0 lead did not last long, though. The Rays answer with a 2-run homer in the 7th and another solo homer in the 8th inning. Seattle's Leo Rivas is able to respond, though. He makes it home off of a Cal Raleigh single to left center field, and the Mariners were now within 1 run heading into the final inning. Luke Raley was brought in to pinch hit for the M's final chance, and he just could not finish it out. The final score stayed at 3-2, and this series with Tampa Bay is tied up at 1 apiece. The Mariners get their last chance against the Rays this afternoon, and first pitch is set for 1:10 at T-Mobile Park. In studio, Sydney Berger, 4 News Now Sports.
Hopefully the M's can make it happen.
Yeah, come on, Ems. It is now 6:26.
2 Delta airline workers are dead following a tire explosion at the Atlanta airport. After the break, Hannah Joy has what we know about this tragic situation and how Delta is responding.
Plus some big discussions on the table today for the Coeur d'Alene School Board. Which levy will go on the ballot this November? We're breaking down the options and how you can still make your voice heard next. As we go to break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, searching for accountability.
Every day we wake up in shock and disbelief that our beloved Flynn is gone.
The parents of 18-year-old Flynn Mackerel, who was killed in a high-speed crash in Michigan, speaking out to GMA, pushing authorities to charge the mother of the driver after an investigation report obtained by ABC News states the teen had an app that shows how fast a car is going. The report states his mother repeatedly texted him in the weeks and months before the crash to stop speeding.
And a reasonable person would have done something very, very simple. They would have taken the keys away.
The teen driver was charged with second-degree murder, pleading not guilty. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more on what this case could mean for parents everywhere. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
When you have moderate to severe eczema, it's okay to show off. With Dupixent, show off your clearer skin and less itch. Because you have plenty of reasons to show off your skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, you can stay ahead of your eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after first dose. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. Sign up for the 4 News Now playbook at KXLY.com.
Buy more, save more during the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 amazing days to get $100 off every $1,000 you spend. With the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed, it's the perfect time to refresh your living room, dining room, bedroom, or fall into a new mattress. Check out special purchases and doorbusters while they last, or get 60 months no interest financing. But hurry, the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
It won't be hard to find someone to fix this. But before I started Angie's List, different story. A lot has changed for us at Angie since then, but the issues facing homeowners are the same. And the solution too, skilled local pros. Get started at Angie.com.
In 16 years, Greg Gerstner will land the perfect cannonball with friends he's already meeting now at AARP volunteer and community events to help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
When we say it'll be on time, they expect it to be on time.
Turn shipping to your advantage.
Keep those expectations with reliable ground shipping.
Thanks, Brandon.
With USPS Ground Advantage.
You ever try cash backing? It's earning 3% at drugstores with Chase Freedom Unlimited.
So I can save on something special for a first date.
Wait, that's all for a first date? Whoa. All right, come on. Earn big with Chase Freedom Unlimited with no annual fee. How do you cash back?
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now story tracker with the stories people are checking out this morning online. Spain's messiest annual tradition happening today. It is La Tomatina 2024. 22,000 people expected in the town of Sia to chuck ripe tomatoes at each other in one of the largest food fights in the world. More than 165 tons of extra ripe soft tomatoes are used. Revelers pay about $17 for a ticket. Special VIP tickets go for around $500, which offer the opportunity to ride in the trucks full of those tomatoes.
Just silly. So silly. And in Paris tonight, security is tight ahead of the opening ceremony of the 2024 Paralympic Games. More than 4,000 athletes from 168 countries will compete in 549 medal events. And one of them is Spokane's own Taylor Swanson, who's competing in the 100, 200, and 4x1 universal relay for the track and field team for Team USA. And you can watch my profile on Taylor before she jetted off to Paris. It's up right now on KXLY.com.
Oh, best of luck to her. Can't wait to see how she does. Thanks so much for being with us. It's now 6:32. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Wednesday, August 28th. Welcome to your day. But we're following some breaking news this morning in the Spokane Valley. Take a look. A car crashed into the Spokane Valley Mall around 2 o'clock this morning. And we have some images shared with us by a viewer showing the car being pulled out of the side of the JCPenney, leaving a huge hole behind. So far, we don't know exactly what caused this crash or if there have been any injuries. Of course, we'll let you know as soon as we learn anything more.
Wow. Let's check in with Allison Martinez with your first alert forecast. Good morning.
Good morning. We have a little bit of a chilly start to our day. Some areas are seeing some sprinkles as we wake up. 6:32 a.m. You can see Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint, the Coeur d'Alene areas. Those areas are seeing some sprinkles, but then we'll dry up for a pretty mild day today. 4 things to know about your weather. We have a chilly start to our day, of course. Some areas still in the 40s. We'll have a breezy afternoon. Then we have a warming trend that officially starts tomorrow, which will lead us to hot temperatures for a hot summer-like Labor Day weekend. We've been keeping a close eye on our air quality. Yesterday, we had some fires pop up that led us to some unhealthy air quality. You might have noticed that if you were out and about last night, but I'm happy to say right now we are in the good range here in Spokane. As we go about your Wednesday, here are the temperatures that you can expect. We'll reach the 50s by about 9 o'clock this morning. We'll be dry. We have a 0% chance of precipitation in Spokane, though we have some breezy conditions, winds around 11 miles per hour around 2, and we'll reach the 70s by 3 p.m. Robin?
All right, Allison, thanks so much. Well, questions this morning surrounding the tragic deaths of 2 Delta airline workers.
A tire exploding at the Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, injuring 3 maintenance workers, 2 of them dying from their injuries. Hannah Joy's at the Breaking Now desk for us this morning. And Hannah, do we know what led up to this incident?
So, Natalie, it started early yesterday morning inside a maintenance facility. Delta says the employees were working on a tire when a wheel component exploded, killing a Delta employee and contractor and leaving another person injured. Members of the International Mechanics and Aerospace Workers Union say working around commercial aircrafts is extremely dangerous.
That's just tragic and heartbreaking. And, every day that we get up and we go in there, we realize that we may not come home. And safety is one of the most critical and most important things when you have a dangerous job like we do out there on the ramp.
Union workers say the incident is beyond tragic. The Clayton County Medical Examiner's Office has identified the victims. Delta sent out a statement extending its full support to families. In the statement, Delta said it is heartbroken at the loss of 2 team members and the injury of another. The airline plans to work with local authorities and conduct an investigation to determine what happened. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. The Coeur d'Alene School Board has some big decisions to discuss today at a special meeting. The board will hear public comments on a supplemental levy that voters will decide on this November. The Board of Trustees is debating 2 different levies that would help fund the school district over the next 2 years. It covers things like student athletics, extracurricular activities, health services, classroom supplies, staff salaries, and operating expenses. Now, the first option is a $25 million a year levy. According to the district, this would keep the current tax levy rate the same, but require $750,000 a year in cost reductions. That's as long as funding and enrollment stay the same over the next 2 years. Now, the current tax levy rate is the lowest it's been in 10 years, estimated at 93 cents for every $1,000 of taxable property value. The second option is a $25.75 million a year levy. The district says this would cover 3% of inflation costs with no cost reductions. The average cost to homeowners for this levy would be 96 cents for every $1,000 of taxable property value. If voters approve this plan, it would apply to the 2025 tax year. Now, the meeting is happening today at noon at the Midtown Meeting Center on 5th and Linden, if you'd like to attend.
Also out of North Idaho this morning, the Bonner County Sheriff's Office says people living in the city of Clark Fork are under a boil water advisory. The office initially warned that the water would be shut off for about 45 minutes yesterday afternoon. But as of this morning, that boil order is still in effect. We haven't been told the reason. Today, Priest River will become Idaho's capital for the day. Governor Brad Little and other state officials want to hear from you there. You can meet them at the Priest River Event Center. They will hear from people about the issues that matter to the community. They'll answer questions and connect people with resources. The Capital for a Day program travels to a different rural town each month. The event in Priest River starts this morning at 10, goes until 3 this afternoon.
Well, also happening today, take a live look at Riverfront Park, where your favorite eats started to set up shop, and they're ready for you to pick out in the park starting today. The 43rd Annual Food and Free Music Festival starts this morning and runs through Monday. Pickout goes from 11 to 10 each day. Now, we will be live from the park tomorrow morning here on Good Morning Northwest. You can scope out the 65 food booths and the 150 free concerts right now. You can just find that link. It's posted on KXLY.com. Got to get some planning if you're heading out there. Could get a little overwhelming.
Yeah, you could do like I did last year and just keep looping around because you can't make up your mind.
Yeah, there you go.
Work off the calories beforehand.
Exactly.
Oh, boy.
Your Good Morning Northwest time, 6:38.
All right, and it's going to be beautiful if you want to head to pig out at the park today.
Yeah, I think it's perfect pigging out in the park weather for sure. We have temperatures in the 80s, even in the 90s this weekend. Maybe get some ice cream while you're out there. I'm sure they've got it galore. We'll have that more coming up in your First Alert forecast.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Life's busy. Off is not an option. You need to be on. On time, on the go, on the call, or just ready to play on. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
Today through this Monday, save thousands of dollars on the best selection of trucks and SUVs. Plus, delay all payments until November 1st and get top dollar for all trade-ins during the Big Deal event at both Cal locations.
Not the best sound to start your day with, is it? Your next decision should be to call Precision. Our professionally trained technicians are here to provide you with award-winning service every time, so we can get you back up and running fast. Call or book online today.
Did you know that if you shave, 1/3 of what you remove is skin? New Dove helps repair it. So if you shave it, Dove it. New Dove. Replenish your skin after every shave.
Talenti's salted caramel truffle layers with creamy salted caramel gelato.
Bradley.
Cookies.
I can see the cookies. The jar is see-through.
I knew that.
I knew you knew that.
Talenti. Raise the jar.
Comfort and peace. When a loved one is in need of end-of-life care,
It's more than care. It's warmth and dignity in the face of advanced illness. Courage binds us all. The courage in facing a terminal illness together. Our care team have dedicated their lives to alleviating pain, discomfort, and providing licensed around-the-clock medical attention. We are Hospice of North Idaho, and we are honored to care for your loved one.
Are your windows and doors costing you money and lost energy efficiency? Northwest Window and Door is the solution. Our Marvin Windows and Doors will save you money while updating the look of your home. Our skilled team of experts are the best in the business. Visit us online today at nwwindow.com to set up a no-pressure consultation with one of our friendly, knowledgeable sales associates and get the energy savings of Marvin Windows and Doors.
Batteries Plus has the national scale for all your power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business.
Welcome back. It's now 6:41. There is a secretive religious sect operating here in the inland Northwest you may never have heard of. It's flown under the radar worldwide for more than 125 years. It goes by various names like The Truth, The Way, or the 2x2s. That secretive group is under the spotlight as hundreds of church leaders and members have been accused of sex abuse and child sex abuse. The death of one of the church's ministers sparked a firestorm exposing accusations of rampant abuse.
Yes, it was really shocking to me, and it was even more shocking to find out that the ministry knew about most of this stuff. They knew about it, they've covered it up, and it's pretty horrendous.
Cynthia Lyles is a private investigator and a former church member. She and another former member are working with the FBI to hold child sex abusers accountable. We'll tell you how. Plus, why they say predators have such easy access to children within this church and why they say the church is making this case so much harder. It's in my special report tonight on 4 News Now at 6 o'clock.
It's Wednesday. Here's your 10-second takeaway. Today we have a cool morning, then we'll have sunny skies. You'll want a light layer for the morning, and our high is 76 degrees.
Our time is now 6:42.
Spokane Public Schools is taking a stand against screen time this year and getting kids engaged. Alexandra Cohen-Yarts is live at Yasuhara Middle School with details.
Yeah, it's no secret that screen time is getting out of hand. Teachers are seeing the impact of this in the classroom. A new initiative here at Spokane Public Schools is hoping to address that. More on this coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Hey, it's me, your skin. I want to feel clean, but will it leave me tight or stripped? CeraVe Foaming Cleanser removes excess oil with niacinamide and 3 essential ceramides. CeraVe prevents disruption of my barrier, so we're refreshingly clean. CeraVe Foaming Cleanser.
Mainstream has proudly served Greater Spokane and Northern Idaho for over 20 years, offering reliable and high-quality home services. Our exceptional team is committed to delivering trusted plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical solutions that ensure the comfort and safety of your home. Our goal is to provide the best experience possible when it comes to repairing, maintaining, or installing systems that make your home a more comfortable place to live. Because we are home services, we are Mainstream.
At Findlay, downtown Toyota, we have some of the best inventory we've had in years. And during the Labor Day sales event, we're offering great trade-in values. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with a 1-year, 15,000-mile maintenance plan. And if you're looking for a new truck, SUV, or Camry, Toyota's got new inventory rolling in every day with great financing options. So you can start your driving adventures tomorrow.
Findlay Toyota's downtown.
Goddesses, I bring the vitality of sun.
And I the sea.
I took the kids swimming, hit up the farmer's market, and crushed my sales call. Typical Tuesday.
Awaken your inner goddess with Vitafusion's delicious and nutritious gummies. Unwrap new Vitafusion soft chews, available now.
The Labor Day savings are on now. This week at Walker's Furniture. Save like never before with discounts on your favorite brands at the biggest sale of the year. Or enjoy 0% interest for 5 years and pay over time. But hurry, because these limited time offers won't last long.
Beautiful new bedroom sets, stylish living rooms, and quality dining sets are all on sale.
Celebrate Labor Day with style and savings this week at Walker's.
The right window shade can do more than just cover a window. Imagine shades that light up to illuminate dark spaces. Shades that adjust automatically for the best lighting or privacy. Shades that improve energy efficiency for lower utility bills. All with legendary Hunter Douglas quality for style that lasts. Hunter Douglas. Shades like no other.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Tony Award-winning musical Company.
Welcome back. The time right now is 6:45. Screen times for kids continue to increase and face-to-face contact continues to go down. A new initiative is hoping to get Spokane students more engaging in activities.
It's called Engage in Real Life, Engage IRL for short. Our Alexandra Conyard is live outside of Yasuhara Middle School with one of the lead organizers of this initiative. So how will students benefit from this new initiative? Like, what is it?
Yeah, so Engage IRL is an exciting initiative that is going to push to get students more involved in activities all the way from sports to clubs to even some arts activities as well. Now, later this morning, there will be a kickoff event here at Yasuhara Middle School that is going to give many more details on what our community can expect from this. But in the meantime, I have Dr. Adam Swinyard, Superintendent of Spokane Public Schools, with me this morning, who has been working on this all summer. So could you tell me a little bit more about what it is exactly that pushed you to get this initiative up and going?
Yeah, well, something that has been on our minds is just the overall wellness of kids and levels of disengagement, particularly since the pandemic, but really in the last decade and a half, we've seen a steady decline. And one of the things that we know is a contributing factor is the excessive amount of time kids are spending on personal devices. Way too much screen time, and not just an hour or two. The research is showing us kids are spending 6, 7, 8 hours a day, and not just a lot of time, but what they're ingesting is typically not good for them. There are many great things about technology, but the excessive amount of time that kids are spending on devices has really created a pretty impressive adversary for us to compete with their attention. We've never faced an adversary quite like technology, so we need practical solutions. And one of those is, instead of 6, 7, 8 hours a day, how about maybe 1 or 2 hours? Let's teach parents about the supervisory tools that are available, and as a community, let's really elevate the conversation that every kid every day is active outside of school in a club, an activity, an athletic event. Let's give them something in real life to do, off their screen, out of their home, with each other in real life.
That is very exciting, and I look forward to seeing the many different ways that students here in Spokane will get outside, maybe get to do some more of the activities that they love to do, and get them engaged both in the classroom as well, again, by being able to do the things that they love outside of school. Now, we will be at this event happening at Yasuhara Middle School later this morning, and I'll have all the latest details on that for you on the KXLY website. Reporting here in Yasuhara Middle School, back to you.
And speaking of schools, lots more schools are starting classes today, so good luck as you're starting your new school year.
Yes, exactly. And as you're heading out the door this morning, you're probably going to want a jacket on those kiddos.
A light layer, I think, might be necessary today. We've got definitely a chilly start to our day, but look at this beautiful picture of downtown Spokane right now. You can see we've got plenty of clouds to start out our day. It is 50 degrees right now in Spokane. We just barely reached it there. Let's go back to look at our live radar. You can see we have some lingering showers right now in the Idaho Panhandle. Sandpoint, the Coeur d'Alene areas are seeing that right now, but we're going to shape up to have a mostly dry day. Here's a look at our winds. We've really felt those gusty winds yesterday. It's going to be breezy today. We have winds at 14 miles per hour in Spokane, 5 miles per hour in Moses Lake, and 10 in Coeur d'Alene. For today, we have a daytime high of 76 degrees. We're still hanging out a few degrees cooler than our normal. We have a mostly sunny day, winds 6 to 10 miles per hour with gusts up to 20. Tonight will cool down to 45 degrees, and it's going to be a mostly clear night. So as you wake up this morning, maybe snuggle in a little bit longer, put that robe on, that blanket, that jacket, whatever it is, you're going to pretty much be doing the same thing tomorrow because we have a cool night in store. Right now, let's look at our current temperatures. We're at 42 degrees in Deer Park, 49 in 9 Mile, 42 degrees in Spangle, a little bit warmer as we make our way over to Idaho. Here's your planning forecast. If you are not as prone to, or not as much of a fan of these cooler temperatures. Things are shaking up for you pretty quickly here. 80 degrees on Thursday, and then we're warming up to the 90s for Saturday and Sunday. We have a really summer-like Labor Day weekend, so it's a great time to get out on the water, barbecue, do all of the summer things before things transition into fall.
It'll be here before we know it, but I don't want to think about that right now. It's now 10 minutes before the hour.
Your morning sprint is coming up next. Thanks for starting your day with us right here on Good Morning Northwest to kick off your Wednesday. We'll see you after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by CARD, the Center for Asbestos-Related Diseases.
At Findlay Downtown Toyota, we have some of the best inventory we've had in years, with new inventory rolling in every day and great financing options available, so you can start your driving adventures tomorrow.
Findlay Toyota's downtown.
Hi, they assigned me to work with you, Miss Ray, but you can call me Miranda. You're me if you take the next step. How? Work here during the day, go to school at night. It's so worth it.
Face your future with Whitworth University.
North Idaho Urology, in partnership with Cancer Care Northwest, we specialize in advanced prostate cancer care.
I'm Dr. Aaron Wagner. I'm a radiation oncologist with Cancer Care Northwest. We have quite a few different treatment options for prostate cancer, ranging anywhere from standard radiation and IMRT approaches to SBRT to brachytherapy, a full spectrum of different prostate cancer treatments. We very much try to individualize their treatment plan for them.
Zook's tasty, tender dog treats can turn every outing into an adventure. From park to peak, wherever you roam, don't forget the Zooks. Zook's dog treats. Choose your adventure.
The right window shade can do more than just cover a window. Imagine shades that light up to illuminate dark spaces. Shades that adjust automatically for the best lighting or privacy. Shades that improve energy efficiency for lower utility bills. All with legendary Hunter Douglas quality for style that lasts. Hunter Douglas. Shades like no other.
I did know that back pain, foot pain come along with the job of waiting tables.
This is Tony.
Things that I've tried have failed.
And this is Tony's Good Feet story.
Before my arch supports, I felt defeated. But since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I have had no pain, which still is kind of crazy to me. I'm more positive. It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming out. I would recommend it to anyone. You've tried everything that's not working. Give it a try.
See how we can help you too at the Good Feet store.
A secretive church, hundreds of its leaders accused, victims frightened into silence. 2 former members say the cover-up continues while predators have almost unlimited access to victims. How is that possible? Watch my investigation tonight, only on 4 News Now.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Good morning. Your time is now 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Wednesday in the morning sprint.
Allison Martinez is here with details on the cooler start to our morning, but we got sunshine on the way.
Hannah Joy is in the studio with updates on the new indictment charges against former President Donald Trump.
And Alexander Koinyarts is live at Yasuhara Middle School with ways your student can get more engaged this school year. But first, a local coalition filed a recall campaign against Spokane County Commissioner Al French.
It claims that he violated his oath as county commissioner to protect his constituents due to his role in the West Plains PFAS contamination. The newly formed Clean Water Accountability Coalition has taken legal action seeking to remove Commissioner French from his position. The group alleges he deliberately withheld funding to address water contamination and actively worked to cover it up. Mary Bedham, whose water is impacted by PFAS, delivered the recall charges.
I'm grateful to the system that we have in this country, sincerely, that an individual can be heard and that we can form a coalition and make our voices heard.
We reached out to Commissioner French for comment. We have not received one yet.
And we're following some breaking news in Spokane Valley this morning. Take a look. A car crashed into the Spokane Valley Mall at around 2 o'clock this morning. These images were shared with us by a viewer, and they show the car being pulled out and leaving a huge hole in the J.C. Penney's. Now, so far, we don't know what caused this crash or if there were any injuries. Of course, we'll let you know as soon as we learn more.
A brush fire burning west of Ritzville impacted traffic on I-90 for hours yesterday. By the evening, all lanes of I-90 were back open. According to the Adams County Sheriff's Office, the fire is called the Bauer Coulee Fire. It's now contained. Crews are still on scene, though, watching for some flare-ups. It was burning about 9 miles north of Lind at the I-90 interchange. It shut down State Route 21 yesterday about noon, reopened around 3 o'clock.
For today, we have a chillier start to our day. Here's our live radar. You can see we have some lingering showers over in Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint, Coeur d'Alene into Kellogg. Then we'll have a mostly dry day. That's the case especially for Spokane and eastern Washington. You can see we've got some sunshine peeking through those clouds all day long. We're starting out in the 50s until about noon. Then we'll heat up to 75 for our high.
The November general election is quickly approaching, and there are some key dates that you'll want to keep in mind before then. People in Spokane County, you can update your information or register to vote online and by mail until October 28th. You can do the same in person up to and even on election night. Meanwhile, in Kootenai County, you can register online through October 11th or in person when you go to vote. You have until October 25th to request an absentee ballot. And for all the questions about this election, you can head on over to KXLY.com/forthepeople.
This morning, former President Donald Trump indicted again. Special counsel Jack Smith filed a superseding indictment against Trump for his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. The new charges against Trump are the same as the previous indictment. What's different is the charges are only for what he did as a candidate for office, not as president. Trump will now have to enter a new plea for the revised indictment.
And in shortly a couple of minutes, there will be a new kickoff event happening here at Yasuhara Middle School that is working to make sure that students can get more engaged outside of the classroom. This initiative is called Engage in Real Life, Engage IRL for short, and it comes after the Spokane Public Schools recently passed a new cell phone use policy, really showing the focus that educators here are having on getting students more engaged and off of their screens.
Coeur d'Alene School Board has some big decisions to discuss at its special meeting today. The board will hear public comments on a supplemental levy. Voters will decide this November. The Board of Trustees is debating two different levies that would help fund the school district over the next 2 years. It covers things like student athletics, extracurricular activities, health services, classroom supplies, staff salaries, and operating expenses.
Also out of North Idaho, the Bonner County Sheriff's Office says people living in the city of Clark Fork are under a boil water advisory. The office initially warned that the water would be shut off for 45 minutes yesterday afternoon, but as of this morning, that boil order is still in effect. We haven't been told the reason.
And take a live look over Riverfront Park, where your favorite eats are setting up shop and are about ready for you to pig out in the park. Starts today. The 43rd Annual Food and Free Music Festival gets started this morning. It runs through Monday. Goes from 11 to 10 each day. We will be live from the park tomorrow morning here on Good Morning Northwest. We'll help you scope out the 65 food booths and 150 free concerts. Boy, it's a lot to check out. You can find out more on KXLY.com. Back with weather next.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
At Numerica, we've got money answers for people who follow pets on social media. Get money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
Mainstream has proudly served Greater Spokane and Northern Idaho for over 20 years, offering reliable and high-quality home services. Our exceptional team is committed to delivering trusted plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical solutions that ensure the comfort and safety of your home. Our goal is to provide the best experience possible when it comes to repairing, maintaining, or installing systems that make your home a more comfortable place to live. Because we are home services. We are Mainstream.
Moving day never goes smoothly, does it? Let's just settle this little mishap.
Who do we always see on the billboards again?
It's the one call that's all, guys.
You deserve to be compensated fairly for everything you've had to go through.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
We're taking a live look over downtown Spokane, where we have a chilly start to the day. We'll warm up to a high of 76 degrees. We're expecting breezy conditions today, though it will be mostly dry in eastern Washington. Then for Thursday, that's the beginning of our warming trend. 80 degrees is our high there. We'll hike up to 87 for Friday. And by Saturday and Sunday, we have temperatures in the 90s. Perfect conditions for Labor Day weekend. It's really going to feel like summer. Then we'll start to cool down Monday to 91, and we'll be back in the 80s by Tuesday.
Thanks so much for starting your day with us right here on Good Morning Northwest.
Yeah, we hope to see you throughout Good Morning America with live local updates. Good Morning America starts now.